Hi, I'm Siva. Welcome to Wandering Minds. I'm doing this series basically because I have this wandering mind that runs like a wild horse. With AI, the era of AI, there are a lot of questions that I have, and AI is a fantastic creation, depends on which perspective you are seeing from. It's a tool that we can use to enhance our intellect. So I wanted to know about AD and BC. What a question to ask, right? Now, I don't know how many of you all know what is AD and BC. For information, BC stands for before Christ, and AD, a lot of people, I thought it was after death. It's actually Anno Domini. And I was asking a series of questions which I'll save it for later. And when I asked this, and then it actually took me through a rabbit hole that we came out. So I am going to read in this episode what was written about my queries, which I'll be sharing with you in the next episode on the questions that I asked and how it came to this conclusion in this article that is written. So let me read this. The title is The Ghost in the Calendar. What the absence of year zero tells us about science and soul. I might botch pronunciation because some are in Latin, so just excuse this Malaysian pronunciation. So please forgive me if I make a mistake. When we look at a timeline, we see a clean break: BC, before Christ, and AD, Anno Domini. But look closer at the maths, and you'll find a glitch. There's no year zero. The world simply blinks from December 31st, 1 BC to January 1 AD 1. This missing nothingness is more than just a historical quirk. It is a metaphor for how we handle the greatest mysteries in history, science and human mind. The victor's timeline. History is often called the winner's narrative. The reason of the world uses a calendar based on a single religious figure is not due to a universal consensus, but due to the gravity of political power and colonialism. Like the missing year zero, perspectives of the conquered are often the silences in our history books. We are taught the dates of the kings, but the lives of the silent majority, the peasants and women, the displaced and the whites, are only now beginning to fill using modern archaeology. The lens of truth. If history is written by victors, is science any different? We like to think of scientific formulas as absolute, but our discussion shows they are actually tool dependent. Before telescope, the universe was static because that's all we could see. Einstein even fudged his maths with a cosmological constant to keep the stars still. It took Edwin Hubble and a more powerful lens to prove that the universe was expanding. This reveals a humbling truth. Our formulas are only as good as our tools. Science isn't a collection of final truths, it's a history of being less wrong every time we build a better eye. The hard problem of zero. Perhaps the most profound zero is the one currently baffling neuroscience, the hard problem of consciousness. In our calendar, year zero is the silent transition we can't define. In science, consciousness is the nothingness that holds everything together. We can map the neurons, the BC, and measure the behavior, the AD, but the actual experience of being, the silence of the mind, remains a mathematical void. We are waiting for a new tool, perhaps a new branch of physics, to bridge the gap between the physical brain and the felt soul. In conclusion, whether it's the leap from 1 BC to 1 AD1 or the leap from a firing neuron to a feeling of love, we are surrounded by zeros. The gaps don't mean our systems are broken, they mean they are human. History, science, and philosophy are all attempts to whistle in the dark, trying to find a formula for the silence that exists in the middle of it all. In the next episode, if you like this, please comment you want more. I will actually share more on how this article came out, based on the questions that I had, it was just some questions that was baffling me, right from how AD to BC came, where's the zero, from zero to Victor's, how it came, and this entire thing I was talking to Gemini. This was written in Gemini. It's a good tool. So wish you all the best, and I try to be as intellect as possible. Let's see where it goes. Thank you so much.